Cap of this, cap of that. There's no originality in Twitch chat. Tangerine. Tony, have you seen You remember?
I know Pony
Okay.
Island.
You remember I was shit talking Doki Doki Literature Club, and I was like, why the fuck would I be playing this when I could just play Doki Doki Literature Club instead? Oh no, why the fuck was I playing Doki Doki Literature Club when I could just play Pony Island instead?
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's a
think
well-known.
that's the correct thing to do, but I don't know if I like Pony Island enough that I like this kind of game, which I
Really?
will get
Okay,
into.
interesting.
So, I don't know if you know, there's a developer called Lars Doucette, and he worked on a lot of the. He worked on a lot of the Steam Labs experiments. So he's done a
Okay.
lot of. You have to turn the cheerful facade off. Free ticket.
Right.
That's one of the bonus objectives in this game. You have to try and get all the tickets, sort of thing.
I'm already liking this actually. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, this stuff is kind of cool, but then it gets to a point where it's like a point and click game where you have to click on the right thing.
Okay.
And I get a little bit stuck. So anyway, this will get to my story.
It's
So
already breaking.
he has. He made Game Data Crunch, which is a website that's categorizing a lot of stuff on Steam that doesn't have categories. Like, have you ever wondered what every single cooking game on Steam? And he's put together every single cooking game on Steam, sort of thing, into a category so you can look at them. And one of the things he said was the category he sees a lot that's never categorized is interface games. So games like Her Story, Hypnospace Outlaw, Pony Island. These are games with simulated GUI, graphic user interfaces or terminals.
Yeah.
So I thought it was interesting that they've been categorized, and
There's one.
Pony Island fills into this category of
Yeah.
a hidden interface game, which is apparently a genre of games.
Is it Shin.io or something? It's like a.
Yeah, there's a
you
IO
work
game.
at like a Chinese.
Shenzo IO. It's like
That's it.
a programming game.
Yeah. I quite like them, to be honest. Like, it always look interesting to me.
So kind of the core gameplay loop of this game is you go between figuring out ways to solve puzzles by escaping menus, and then you go into this platforming section, which is basically the dinosaur game from when your internet dies in Chrome.
You can activate it before if you want.
So you kind of move between trying to go through hidden GUI interfaces to puzzle sections to pony platforming sections. Because I think one of the things people say about this game, they go, "Oh, Pony Island, it'll be like a weird platforming game with pony." They immediately say in the trailer, "This game is not about ponies at all," which
No.
I feel like if people heard the name, it might put them off, but they're quite correct.
I feel like I was gonna say it's like as well as it being its own interface sort of thing, it's kind of like a game where like you have to.
It's
not
so
fix the
creepy.
game,
Look,
but
experience the rest of Pony Island. Please insert your soul to continue. But then you have like these kind of programming puzzles.
Yeah, like Baba Is You is like a really fantastic puzzle game that I've had a lot of fun with this year, last year. I can't remember when I played it now. Was it last year I played it? I can't remember. I think it was last year, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2019.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This is the first time I'm playing this. So I'm still trying to like figure out how it works. It's obvious to me now that I've played it a bit, but now I'm like figuring it out.
Yeah, because you're trying to control the cursor, I guess. Like
This game's trying to suck in my soul. I'm trying not to have my soul sucked into Pony Island. I think this might be a demonic game, Pony Island.
Yeah, maybe.
This creepy music in the background is always on, and you can never turn it off. It's always got this creepy atmosphere, sort of thing. Oh, this is kind of a horror game, I guess. Another.
Yeah, it's a spooky one.
Guys, spoiler alert for people who like to know there's no jump scares in this game. Again, it's another
Oh.
game that can have a creepy atmosphere without putting spooky, scary stuff in your face, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which
You can
I
have
prefer.
spooky, scary jump scares that aren't in your face. Like it can just be every now and again. That's also fine. You shouldn't rely on it. That's for sure.
My name is Jeff. I'm fairly sure I wrote my name is Jeff. I had to write my name is Jeff. Hello, my name is Jeff. I'm the prisoner of this machine. Yeah, you kind of... So you get like pop-ups from this hopeless soul who's trying to help you escape. And then you also get messages from the machine telling you, like, don't talk to other people. It's kind of a cool way to do it where you have... What was that?
Okay.
Hello again. Hey. What's up? You hacked your way out of Pony Island. My feedback loop for completing Monday jumping task wasn't engaging enough for you. It's got that like GLaDOS vibe a lot with the computer game trying to keep you inside the game and consume your soul, where it's very like almost it's creepy, but it's almost like tongue in cheek, where you have like these interactions with the AI sort of thing. It's quite clever in that way, and I like because Pony Island's a game where the less you know about it, the better. I've been playing a lot. I've been playing a lot of these recently because I've played like fucking Frog Fractions, Doki Doki, Pony Island, and The Outer Wilds. So I've played like 4 different games where I can't tell you anything about them, otherwise it ruins the experience of the game almost to an extent. But yeah,
the less you know, the better.
The game does get a lot different from this, and I like the direction it's going. The platforming does get insane at one point when you unlock like pony lasers.
Okay.
So yeah, the platforming change. I got to a point where the game started turning into an open world RPG game. I've seen from the trailer there's a section where it stops being a 2D game about jumping over podiums and it becomes like a 3D game about jumping over podiums. Like I want to get to that point, but it's just.
What's Pony Galaxy doing actually?
That's a game you can play. You can mess around with the desktop and say whatever. So here it's like, say yes, master. You have to type that, otherwise you can't do anything. It's like you have the illusion of choice. It's a Telltale game, Tony.
Yeah, rip.
We will see. Welcome back.
Satanic.
It says system tech, but it says Satan underneath it because it's like it has that.
1992. That was the best.
Yeah, this was really. I think this is more about the lore sort of thing. I tried password. That wasn't the password. But I tried Alibaba. You get a password for this guy and you give it to him, and then he's like, choose an object, and it tells you something about this weird like satanic Christianity thing. And I was like, this is really weird. So this is like one of the puzzles I was talking about. He basically makes it to a point where it's impossible for you, so you have to go into the menu and kind of cheat sort of thing. It's very much like...
Right.
You need to find a way to make it so you can keep playing the game or escape the game.
No physics, yeah.
But there is a lot of like software logic puzzles. So if you like that sort of thing, you're definitely going to like this game.
Yeah, and advanced options, nice. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Why can you level up noise? Okay.
Turn fire up. You can never turn the ominous humming off.
Struggling hardware.
I was like, oh, it's a banger. I want that music on all the time. It doesn't play on the other menus. God damn it. Oh, free will. No, that one's locked off. Really useless. That's a big thing. Like, it's the idea of that it's going to consume your soul, and you don't have free will, and you're trying to escape from this satanic pony game. It's a really cool idea, and it's executed well. But it depends if you're the sort of person who's willing to sit through a lot of dialogue and almost logic puzzles, point and click esque gameplay.
This is way better than a point and click. Point and click has no logic whatsoever. Like, I feel like this is actually interesting.
But I'd say for me, it's definitely a better experience than Doki Doki, because Doki Doki was literally just spamming the fucking get me past this dialogue point. I'm sure it gets better, and people are going to say, "Oh, you should have stuck with it." But I would rather play this game. But
well, if people could give us a save file that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing it. I've deleted it from my computer.
Always reinstall it.
I will never reinstall it.
You forever called my name a Jeff.
That's what I told the computer my name was.
Right.
But I'm in two minds of this. Like, I kind of when I get into it, I kind of like it, but it's one of those games where I have to be in the right mood to play it.
Right.
And it's not very much like hop in, hop out for me sort of thing.
I guess not, no.
Because usually what I do when I play games, when I'm playing a single player game, I try and play one game and then keep playing that. Don't install and play another game until I finish this game with the game I'm playing. Oh, this is the really fucking weird part. I was like, what the hell is happening? You may ask one of three questions: who was I? When did I die? Who killed me?
Who killed you?
The devil. You may ask anyone. I thought he was asking me. Who was I? Your name was Theodore. You left behind a mother and a daughter. And I was like, what the hell is going on? This is all for now. He won't talk to you anymore, sort of thing. What was I saying?
Well, it's only one question.
Yeah, I usually try and install one game, but speaking of demonic, I've installed Doom Eternal, and I just started shooting hell demons instead, because
it's more satisfying, I guess, or more immediately satisfying.
Yeah,
I really like these experiences. So
I'm almost tempted to just stop playing, because I was like, why would I play Doki Doki Literature Club? I just play Pony Island, and then I wasn't sure whether to play Pony Island or the Hex. The thing is, the Hex kind of looked like a game I would enjoy more, because it looks a little bit more open than this one. Because I was trying to play Pony Island to see if I would enjoy the Hex, but I'm maybe even thinking about switching to the Hex.
What about it's not as creepy, but like the Magic Circle. We've done a demo on that.
Good game as well, from what I played the demo.
It's not creepy, but like you kind of just break the game to finish it. I always find interesting.
Really useless options, just puts things upside down. I did eventually figure it out, but I don't think I figured it out in this recording. Yeah, I like Pony Island, but you kind of have to commit to it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I have to be in the right mood to play it. So it's definitely a good. From what I've played, I would say it's a good game, and I would recommend it. But I would say only if you like this kind of thing. If you've watched this far and you think, oh, this looks interesting, give it a go. It's like I think it's like £3. I mean, at that point, it's literally £4 on Steam, and it goes on sale all the time. So if it interests you, give it a go. The next game.
Very similar game.
Very similar game, yeah. Have you ever played a game called Among Us, Tony?
No, but I think a lot of people have.
Right. There was a Mandalore Gaming video about another game that came onto Steam, and it was called Unfortunate Spacemen. So Unfortunate Spacemen, as it says on Steam, is a co-op multiplayer game about a shape-shifting, space-based murder and betrayal. As a hapless yet brave spaceman employed by the company, you work diligently to defend and be rescued from failing outposts, but not everyone around you is who they claim to be. You may or may not have noticed in the bottom left corner of my screen, my name is Brown, and I am a brown spaceman. That just happens to be a good lining up for me, because sometimes you can be called, you know, magenta and then be green or something like that sort of thing. Basically, every time, because I'm playing with a bunch of friends here, probably like 6 to 8 or something like that, of us are playing right now. And you get given random names, so you never know who anyone is until you talk to them. But I believe there is an option to like jam communications, because the big difference between this and Among Us Immediately would be, there's voice activation. What's it called? There's voice chat in the game, so
So the
you
phasmophobia,
talk to.
I guess, in terms of being not radio, I guess. So.
Yeah, there's proximity voice chat, so
yeah,
only people around you can hear you, sort of thing. But basically, at the start of the game, one of you is actually a shape-shifting monster.
Oh my god, the thing.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, in Among Us, one of you is the imposter, and you're always you. So if you see red killing someone, you know it's red. What if I was brown and I turned into mustard, and then I killed someone, and then they went, well, I think mustard might be the beast, and then they started trying to kill mustard, and then Dave says, I'm mustard, I'm not the imposter. Who the hell is pretending to be me? So like, that's a huge thing where I think like in a game like Among Us, the idea is you always have accurate information on who an imposter is if you see them, but then the mistrust comes from who you can trust. Whereas in Unfortunate Spacemen, you can't trust anybody, sort of thing, because anyone could be any. It's got that more John Carpenter's The Thing vibe. It's literally like John Carpenter's The Thing, where there's a shape-shifting alien that can turn into anybody, sort of thing, which I really like. I love the alien as well. It's really cool. You can like go around and laying eggs. You have lots of cool abilities in order to trap people out. You can turn into anyone, but then
what does laying eggs do?
if people walk over them, they deal a lot of damage. I think it like it deals well. I think it shoots a xenomorph onto their face, which they have to like pull off, and it deals like damage. So this is one of the new modes. This is Tribunal mode. So basically, originally what would happen is it's similar to Among Us, where basically there's a shapeshifter and their objective is to kill everyone. Or I think if the time runs out, then the survivors lose or win. I don't remember, because we never ran out of time. We always had either. We never won on objectives and we never ran out of time. We always had the guy kill everyone, sort of thing. But the idea is you're trying to do tasks, so it's menial tasks like Among Us. So you'll clear away debris. You've got to take. You have to pick up samples and put them into these like explosive porta potties is the best way to describe them. It sends them up into space. But the really cool thing about these explosive porta potties is they're quite dangerous, because if you go inside of them, they will kill you. Another thing about being the imposter shapeshifter is you have the ability to push people into these things if they don't know that you're behind them, sort of thing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of like subterfuge stuff you can do that's way more in depth than a game like Among Us, and because of the the extent of the game. But basically, this game came out, I think it was a few years ago. I think about 2 years ago now. I think it came out in early access, and it cost money, but I think it went free to play this year. Unfortunate Spacemen. But I think they saw the success of Among Us and they added the Tribunal mode where you could vote on who you thought it was, in order to help like people who played Among Us coming over to this game, because they realized they may get a bunch of popularity from the Among Us people.
Yeah,
sort of
that makes
thing.
sense. So
We're going around doing tasks.
Is there lots of people playing this game then? Like, I assume it's not as popular as something like Among Us.
I think it's one of those games where if you have a group of friends who play Among Us, you can probably get a group of friends to download this, especially with it being free to play. We were like, okay, we think this person's really sus right now. We're not too sure about them right now. because there's stuff like you can get like scanners, and they're like, yeah, that's the shapeshifter. But the thing is, the shapeshifter versus everybody else is very weak. You have to try and pick off people one by one. You're a lot stronger than the humans, but um, you definitely can't really take on a group of people, especially if they're well equipped. So you really do have to try and pick them off, sort of thing. There's lots of cool different maps. This is one of the ones I enjoyed a lot. I think was this map because a lot of the maps will have, which I think is quite key. I think almost every map has a section where you're outside, and you have oxygen tanks, so you can only be outside for a certain amount of time. But
Oh, right. So
another
it's just like
thing,
an alien planet.
yeah, a lot of the time you're on an alien or you're like in space or something. But
Yeah.
another thing the imposter can do is they can lock doors. So if someone goes outside, you can lock them out, and they'll like suffocate out there. That's another cool thing
Right.
to do.
Okay.
It randomly selects a monster. There's also perks you can use, but I think when we were playing, I was like, I'm not sure how strong the perks because before I don't know if I mentioned this before I played it. I saw about this game from a Mandalore Gaming video that he made on it. He's quite a popular YouTuber, and he was showing. If you said some of the perks, there's some cool stuff, but you don't even get to use it because some of the perks kind of completely get rid of it. Like there's a perk that means that you can't be seen by monster scanners, sort of
Right.
thing.
It
So
just like
people
completely
don't
removes
even.
an aspect of the game.
Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe we'll just play without selecting perks, sort of thing, just to
Yeah.
try and see it. They did actually recently redo the perk system, so I'm interested to try it again. I'll try and see if I can set up another lobby to play this with some friends again. So I think we usually have a games night coming up, so see if we can play some of this. The thing is, it's harder to get people to play this game because a lot of my friends and friends of friends they can play Among Us because it has a free mobile version. A lot of my friends they don't have gaming PCs, and it's impossible to build gaming PCs right now.
Yeah.
And because I know like trying to help some of my friends build gaming PC like budget PCs, and also trying to look at parts for myself. Like I was thinking about upgrading my CPU. I was like, oh shit, there's zero stock. Like
Hmm.
you can't even buy the budget parts right now. That's how crazy it is for
Or
computer
old
parts.
parts
Yeah,
that
you
like
can't even buy
were.
secondhand parts at this point.
Yeah, it's insane.
But yeah, the thing that I think Among Us is really strong is has the mobile version, and then also they literally just announced it was going to be on Switch as well. And I know a lot of my friends have Switches, and they'd more like to play on that. But this game is really fun. I think it's just got a bit of a steeper learning curve than Among Us, and also a higher barrier for entry for people who have friends who don't that aren't as
Yeah,
familiar with like PCs and
but
PC gaming sort of thing.
there's more you can do potentially though.
Yeah, it has a lot more depth. I will say it's definitely designed to be played with a lot more players than Among Us sort of thing. I think we had
Hmm.
like 6 to 8, and I think the recommended lobby size is like 16 people when you're even supposed to
Oh
play it.
really?
You I think a lot of people play on like online lobbies where you don't know people, but I just prefer playing with my friends sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the security bugs out and just starts attacking you. I'm like, what the? This is why I'm like the AI in this game is really dumb. Um,
So that was like a bot trying to just like, did he just think you're the alien or
I don't
something?
know. I don't know what's going on with the AI there. Oh, you see those giant red things? That means the alien's been detected there.
Oh, okay. So it means well, recently or
Yeah.
okay.
If there's a scanner on the map there, or if a crewmate has put a scanner down there to see if the monster's coming this way, then it'll detect it. So you can kind of track where the monster is as a spaceman,
Okay.
which is pretty good. And then also throughout the game, you will get weapons. So you start with a pistol, but then throughout the game, weapon drops will come down from the sky, and you can pick up weapon drops.
And then okay.
And then at that point, if two of you go for a weapon drop, you might say, "Well, why are you trying to get the strong weapon?" He's like, "I want to kill the monster." And he's like, How do I know you're not the monster? Why do you deserve to have the more powerful weapon?
Yeah.
That kind of creates points of interest of conflict between two people who might even be on the same team. So there's lots of really interesting stuff in Unfortunate Spacemen. I think they do well. I think it's just that was one thing I was talking about. Because you remember I was talking about New Blood. I think it's New Blood Interactive is the publisher of this,
Right.
and
And
I was talking about they started publishing a load of interesting games like Gloomwood,
mm,
Dusk, stuff like that. One of
yeah.
the first things they did was they made Unfortunate Spacemen free to play on Steam. So it's the same. It's the same interesting publisher, New Blood. So I like the publisher. I like the game. I like the
Do
dev
they make
team from
money
what I've
though?
seen. Who? The development
The
team?
publisher.
I don't know. I don't know their financials.
No.
But like all the so they're starting to get to a tier where I have Devolver tier at the moment, where whenever Devolver publishes something, I at least look at it because I'm like, Devolver
Yeah.
always publishes interesting stuff. New
Tiny
Blooded,
Build as well, right?
yeah, I like Tiny Build, not as much as Devolver, but Tiny Build
No,
usually
Devolver's better
does
for me.
interesting
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm getting to a point where whenever New Blood publishes something, I think I'm going to check it out because they've been publishing a lot of really interesting stuff. And Unfortunate Spacemen, guys, it's free to play on Steam. If you've got some friends and you've been playing something like Among Us, and even like if I was to compare it to a game you may have played, if you played Gary's mod, you ever played Trouble in Terrorist Town? It's similar to Trouble in Terrorist Town as well. So I definitely recommend checking out Unfortunate Spacemen if you are going to go into a public lobby and play with a bunch of people, or you have a group of friends that you want to play this game with. It's definitely worth checking out. That is Tangerine. Goodbye.
Right.